Wasn't the opening act usually the act that gets everybody ready for the actual good acts that everybody came for? Well, so really, Mr. Holloway is not actually a good act. He's just really opening the act for everything. Mr. Holloway!
Ladies and gentlemen, I have a problem. I'm addicted. I'm addicted to candy crushing. It's true. It's true. Anybody else out there a candy crusher? Any candy crushers out there? Well, that's going to make this next joke not that funny. Fantastic. That is unfortunate. That's unfortunate. If you haven't played the game, oh, they're filming tonight. I want to make sure they get my good side. If you haven't played the game, I'll explain a little bit about it to you. Essentially what you do is you take colored dots and you move them into new positions on a screen, and then the screen gives you positive feedback to make you feel like you have actually accomplished something. Exactly, and so for me, I don't know what it is, but I am totally addicted. When the screen flashes and there's a sound and the voice says, "Sweet," I know that I've really done something good. And I tried to bring that into my everyday life. I tried to bring that into the halls of Blue Valley. The other day I was in the hall. Mikey, that catch the football game the other day? Tasty. Mr. Bacon, those pants? Delicious. And not everyone appreciates that. It's weird. You know, I get a lot of weird looks, which is strange. You'd think I'd be used to weird looks by now, though. I'm glad to be back at the show this year. I'm glad to be back at the show. I did open the show last year. I was thinking about doing something other than stand-up this year. When you're multi-talented, as I am, there's a lot of options. I wanted to make a big splash and ride in on a wrecking ball. Apparently that is something that people without talent do. Too soon? I was going to demonstrate twerking. Mrs. Gouger paid me $10 not to. Which I think is sad. My students know about my background. Before I was a teacher, I was a dancer and model. Yes, part-time model. Not a lot of work for this particular physique, as it turns out. My agent finally got me a gig. You may have seen it. You may have seen it if you checked out the pages of Flex magazine. Yep. If you flip through the pages, you'll see my glistening torso. Easy, ladies. And if you look right above it, you will see the word before. Yes. Found my place. And now I'd like to do actually a little bit that I'm going to test out here for the first time ever. It's called, What is Mrs. Tonova Thinking Right Now? That last joke was very funny. He is very skinny and has no muscles. Thank you. I love Mrs. Tonova. She's one of my favorite people in the entire world. I love to work with her. I'm so lucky to get a chance to do that every day. You know, we have a lot in common. People don't realize how much we have in common. There's a lot of things that we have together. Number one, we both teach physics. Obviously, most people know that. Two, we're both from exotic places. She is from Bulgaria, and I am from Orleta. That's the pronunciation. We both also wanted to be astronauts when we were young. That is absolutely true. That's absolutely true. For her, she was told, when she said that she wanted to be an astronaut, she was told, woman astronaut cannot be in Bulgaria country. Yes, because in Bulgaria they speak broken English with a Russian accent. That's actually how it works. Yeah. I wanted to be an astronaut too, and I was told, as it turns out, this is so weird, I was told, skinny boy who throws up on tour bus as NASA cannot be astronaut. Same guy. So weird. Kismet, coincidence, something I made up. Who can say, really, which one of those that was? I do have to admit, though, that Mrs. Tonova is, I'm afraid she's no longer my favorite teacher in the Blue Valley School District. I know that sounds harsh, but here's the thing. It's because my wife is now a teacher in the Blue Valley School District. This is her first year she's teaching in the CAPS program. She teaches foundations of medicine, and even though we both teach science, the funny thing is, we really don't teach that much in common. There's not that many topics that we have in common. She teaches all about the human body and medicine, and I talk about the physical sciences, physics and chemistry and astronomy and earth science. You know, it's funny, I teach about the continents. She teaches about incontinence, which is, the adults got that good. Kids, the SAT word of the day is incontinence. An inability to control your bladder. Yes, yes. Do you know how doctors actually diagnose incontinence? Depends. The adult diapers. Okay. You gotta work with me, people. You gotta work with me. That joke killed at the Shady Acres retirement home. Literally. I know. Your heart may not be strong enough for comedic activity. Thank you. Thank you very much. My wife and I did finally decide to sit down and look and see what topics did we teach in common. We had a list of everything that we teach. And she went through and finally we found it. When she looked at anatomy and I looked at astronomy, we found the one topic we both teach in common, and that is Uranus. I'll wait for a second. You can get it. That's okay. It's all right. When you teach astronomy, the thing is, when you teach astronomy, there's not a Uranus joke I haven't heard. I've heard them all. Because students, they think they're being funny, they're being sneaky, and they're asking a question. They're pretending like it's a real question, and it's not. Mr. Holloway, I have a question about Uranus. And you have to pretend like you're taking it seriously. Okay, what's your question? Did you know that 4 Earths could fit inside Uranus? I'll never forget the day I wrote that. There's a delay. Is the speed of sound slower? There's a little time delay. I don't know. Is this on satellite? I'm not sure. Wait for that to catch up. Mr. Holloway, I have a question. Did you know that Uranus is filled with toxic gas? You know, I think toxic is mean. Toxic's a little bit strong. What's the gravitational pull of Uranus? You know, it's bigger. It's bigger than I'd like it to be. I think that's true. Did you know that there are dark rings around Uranus? You know, Voyager told me those pictures were going to be private, and that's not right. Do you ever think they'll ever send a probe to Uranus? I think when you're 50, I think it's that's supposed to happen. Well, I better get out of here before Mr. Bacon comes up and takes the mic. I just want to say thanks to everybody for coming out and supporting GSA and all the kids we have here tonight performing. It's a great organization, a great group of kids, so please go ahead and show them some love. Thanks a lot, guys. Appreciate it.